Hello, so we're off for another trip in the van. It's been a while since we've been away. For obvious reasons, we've not been able to travel for quite a while. So here in the UK, in Wales, travel restrictions are just starting to ease again. So we're going to be able to go away in the van. We're not going far. We're just going down to mid Wales from where we live in North Wales. So it's about 70-75 miles or so, going away in the van. But this time, different from other trips, we're taking our electric bike with us, which is on the roof of the van. So it'll be interesting to see the effect that has on, on the efficiency and the range that we get. You ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's go.
We feel alive in the light, feel alive in the summertime. And we are breaking free now wherever we go.
Alright, so we're going to spend the night tonight. Not a bad spot for a wild camp in the van. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. We're going to have a little evening boulder and then cook up a bit of food. Absolutely beautiful here, really nice. 67 miles today. And with the bike on the roof, we've managed to average an average of 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So don't look too much at the range here because we topped up when we visited my parents' house. And also the last half an hour driving was really steep uphill. So tomorrow morning we're now going to have a big descent down. So we'll get a lot of range, back. But yeah, with the bike on the roof, the efficiency has not been too bad. Speeds have, as I thought, been pretty slow with summer traffic and small roads. So as I suspected, if you're just driving on slow A roads and things, having the bike on the roof is not too much of an issue.
We feel alive in the light, feel alive in the summertime. Breaking free now wherever we go. So turn that summer jam up. I wanna feel that groovy beat. You'll find me tapping on my toes. You'll find me dancing in the street, and I'll be shaking off the blues just like I'm shaking off my shoes. Love every second of the summertime heat. Yeah, I'm not just living, I'm alive. I'm not just breathing to survive. I see a magic.
Good morning. It's a stunning morning here. So we're up nice and early, and we're off. We're going to head down into the bottom of the valley, charge the van while we have a bit of breakfast. Then we're going to go for a bike ride, and then I think a run over in a different valley over there. So let's go. Did you enjoy your night, Billy, in the van? Oh, it's so nice to be away in the van again. Okay, it's coffee time. It is mug run Peru coffee time, to be precise.
Ready for a run?
Yeah.
Not quite to Peru, but maybe up a hill.
Yeah, can't have a van without coffee. So yeah, we're charging the van up in Corris Craft Centre. There's a charge point here we can use, and very conveniently they've got a nice shop where we can get some coffee. Bailey's going to sleep in the footwell.
You're choosing the wrong footwell, Bailey. That's the one that's got pedals.
Oh, he's tired. Yeah, just gonna have a bit of breakfast here while we charge up, and then actually we're gonna be here for about 20 minutes, just get a few kilowatt hours, and then we're gonna go to the rapid charger, which is about how far is it away? 20 miles down the road.
Yep.
And gonna get a full charge while one of us bikes up into the hills on the e-bike. Really fun. So this part of Mid Wales is probably like the worst place in the UK for the number of rapid chargers. If we just have a look at the map here, you can see where we are. The little blue dot there. There's a few little rapid chargers dotted around, but not that many. We've just come from North Wales up here. There's quite big gaps here in the middle without any rapid chargers. When you compare that to the rest of England, where there's just absolutely rapid chargers everywhere. So we're about to go to like the only rapid charger in town down there in a minute before we head up into the hills up here. So yeah, could do with a few more around here, but things are improving. In the 6 years that I've been driving electric vehicles in Wales, I remember where there wasn't any rapid chargers in the middle of Wales, and there was only one in Chester along the A55. So things have really improved in those sort of six, 7 years. But yeah, we've got some ways to go, but we're getting there. So this van, it's a 2015 model with a 24 kilowatt hour battery. And it's equipped with a 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger. That's actually really useful. So quite a few of these vans only have the slower 3.3 kilowatt onboard AC charger. Obviously not as fast as a rapid charger, but you can still get a decent amount of range. So we've been here for about 40 minutes having a coffee, a bit of breakfast, using the toilets in the craft centre, and we arrived at about 15%, and now we're up to 53%. Plenty of charge to get to the next rapid charger. So we're about to arrive at Cletor, which is one of the few rapid chargers in the area. There's a few in Aberystwyth, but basically Cletor is the first rapid charger you get to, all the way from North Wales. We've done 98 miles so far here. It's a bit less if you go there because we've been going up into the hills and stuff. But yeah, it's quite a stretch to the first rapid charger here in Mid Wales. So this is a bit of a charging oasis in these parts. But it's good that it's here, and it's in a very good location. Cletor is a beautiful farm, shop and cafe. So it's a really nice place to stop and have a rapid charge. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to charge the van, and as the van is charging, I'm going to head off on the e-bike and head up into the hills, and then Amy is going to chase me up in the van.
Very slowly, and probably not catch the net.
So we reckon that I'll be probably going at the same speed as Amy will be driving on small roads on the e-bike. So we should get to where we're going to start our run today at the same point, and I'll get some fun e-bike riding. So we shall see who will win. Here we go.
Oh, is there a leaf
there? Is a
there?
red leaf there. Not unexpected, considering there's only one rapid charger.
Actually, isn't it just arriving or leaving? Oh, they are.
Well, this is going to slow Amy down. It's not going to slow me down though. They look, they're on 87%, so won't be too much longer before they're ready. Nice. Okay,
and you're off.
Time to race Amy in the van versus Lynn on the bike.
You enjoying having your head out the window? Right, see if we can catch Glenn up now.
Wow, this road is absolutely stunning. What an amazing road. It is so cool. We've been passing all these lakes. I think I'm comfortably in the lead on these small single track roads. I think the e-bike will be way quicker because I can be way more nimble around the corners. You got to take it slow in the van. It's so much fun. It's a beautiful smooth tarmac going through the forest. Awesome. Woohoo! Yeah, I beat Amy. So an e-bike can beat an e-campervan. at least on the small little windy steep uphill roads. So I did 12 miles in 40 minutes. I was probably going similar speed that the van will be uphill, but I could go a lot faster downhill, you know, and be more agile around the turns. But wow, it is awesome up here. What a ride. Absolutely beautiful smooth tarmac weaving around these rivers. What do now? Wait for him. Tell you what, let's give you a tour of the bike. Okay, so this is an e-bike, but I built it myself. It's a converted mountain bike. So I've got the frame. Started off with just the frame and then basically built it up from there. I had the forks left over from my old mountain bike, but everything else I pretty much, you know, spec'd and fitted on this here myself. So the main power of the bike is this motor here. It's a Bouldering BBS HD motor, and inside this bag here is a 52 volt 14 amp hour lithium battery pack, which is about 0.7 of a kilowatt hour. So that this motor just fits where the bottom bracket was, so I removed the bottom bracket that was in this bike frame and then slid this motor bottom bracket into there. So the power then just goes through the chain, like you would when you're pedaling. And up front we've got a egg rider, little display there. That is a Bluetooth enabled display, so I can connect to my phone for lots more information about you know, about the bike, how many amps and everything it's drawing. I'll put up some screenshots here. It's really cool actually. You can get some really cool information from that. I'll just open up the battery bag and show you what's inside there. So there we go, there's the battery pack. Usually people just fix these onto the frame with the bottle mount screws, but I wanted to give it a bit more protection in the bag here, and also I wanted somewhere to put. So inside this little box I built a DC to DC converter to step down the voltage from, so the battery is 52 volts, but I wanted to be able to run my lights here off the battery, and they need 9 volts. So I've got a step down from 52 volts to 9 volts. And then I've also got from a 9 volts to 5 volts for USB charging, so I can plug my phone in here while I'm cycling, and that charges from the main battery. And I've got a little connector here to charge the battery pack on the bike, or I can remove it and charge it off the bike if we need to, which is pretty handy. So I can charge it in the van from the inverter. It's a 5 amp charger. It takes about 400 watts. About 3 hours to charge the battery fully, and that's good for, I could do about 50 miles pedaling. You can do about 50 miles pedaling with a medium level pedal assist. But if you have the high level of assistance where the thing's like a rocket, then that probably reduces to more like 20 miles or so. Let's see how much we use. We started off on 90% battery down in Cletor. We've travelled 12 miles up here and I've got 48% left. So it used 40% to get up here. That was on assist number 8 out of 9. So that was quite a lot of power. But I knew I wasn't going too far today. Just wanted the speed. So everything else is just fairly standard, sort of hybrid mountain bike. I fitted, semi road tyres for like efficiency on tarmac. You can still do some light off-roading, some mud guards, some pannier rack there, some disc brakes, some Avid BB7 mechanical disc brakes. They work really well. Hydraulics may be slightly better, but these still have plenty of stopping power and they're nice and easy to maintain. Right, still no sign of Amy. Here she comes. About 20 minutes later, the van and Amy arrived.
Bailey.
That is my spot.
Snout away.
So Amy's making a bit of lunch. I'm gonna get this bike up on the roof. So yeah, quite a few people are asking, how do I get the bike up on the roof? Because it's a mountain bike and obviously the van's quite tall. The answer is with a bit of effort, but there is a technique to it. And so I'll attempt to show you now. But the most important thing is to take the battery out of the bike, because that makes the bike way lighter. Okay, step one is to prepare the rack. Lift up the handle and get the wheel clips out of the way. Take off the pannier. Try and get the bike as light as possible. Grab the bike low down as I can. Above the head. Onto the rack. And this is the tricky bit. You have to sort of wedge my legs over there, then push myself upright. And once I'm up here, it's not too bad really. You just push it into place. Get the clamp on, and once the clamp's tightened down, that ain't going nowhere. It's just a case of clipping, securing the wheels into place on the wheel straps. I do think fitting a tow bar mounted bike rack would be a better option around here, but I already had the bike rack because I'd be using it for carrying ladders and timber and plywood sheets and things, so it was quite an easy addition to just pop the bike rack onto there. Quite cheap, low cost addition, because getting a tow bar fitted is quite expensive. Thank you, Bailey. You're letting me sit down. Oh, there's a drain on your seat. Oh, sorry. Got this fancy e-bike helmet with a flashy light on the back, USB powered. Yeah, it's actually rated for e-bikes in the Netherlands, for fast e-bikes. A bit more resistant than other helmets. So yeah, did you enjoy driving up here, racing me?
Yeah, it's totally wild. You had a bit more of a head start than I had intended, so wasn't really trying to catch you up. But yeah, it was totally amazing raid. Bailey was just having a whale of the time. I had clipped into the seatbelt with a carabiner and the window was fully down, and he had his paws on the base of the window, so he'll head out, and then sometimes I go really close, like past a sheep or something, and they'll be almost like nose to nose. Yeah, really wild. I did wonder whether he could smell you sometimes on the breeze, but I don't know.
Oh,
he was probably,
he could smell me.
it was probably just sheep and other exciting smells.
Yeah, e-bikes really are a game changer. Since building it up about a couple of months ago, done over 600 miles on it. Been commuting on it to work every day, doing weekly veg shops with our panniers in the back. It's so great. It really is a game changer, especially if you live in quite a hilly place like we do. I really enjoy biking. I've always done quite a bit of cycling, but I've always considered cycling to be like a fun activity rather than like a way to get to work or a way to do your weekly shop. So yeah, definitely recommend getting an e-bike, and they're incredibly efficient. The battery can hold like 0.7 of a kilowatt hour, and I've done over 50 miles on that, which is incredible efficiency, and it's really fun as well. I've been traveling the long way back from work just so I can do more miles on the bike. It's a bit of a shame we're not going to be able to travel to Europe this year, at least anytime soon. But when it's like this, there is literally no better place to be than Wales. It's absolutely stunning. We've probably travelled less than 100 miles from home. We'll go for a little climb and then probably try and top out a little summit later on. summit of Pleu Lemon. We're walking back to the car after bouldering, and it's just such a nice evening. We ditched the bouldering mat. Yeah. Thought we'd quest up to the summit here, and about 50 minutes later, here we go. Sun's just setting over there.
That's you can see that's the amazing reservoir you biked around earlier, actually.
So yeah, that's where I raced Amy up, or on my bike around the reservoir there. So we're parked like down there somewhere, but we've got to go and collect the bouldering mat.
Oh, it was worth it not to
absolutely amazing weather. It reminds me of being in Norway or something, but unlike Norway in the summer, this sun will set. I went to Norway on a honeymoon, and in the summer, and the sun doesn't set in the north, so you go out on a mountain like this and you're like, I can take my time. We've got all day, but this one will set. It's alright though, we've got a head torch, no stress. So nearly back at the van. It's a pretty good day. It's been a long day. It's been a bit of a triathlon style day with a bit of biking in the morning and then a bit of climbing, bouldering, and then finish off with a fell run and quite a bit of walking between. So I'm feeling pretty tired. It's been good though. Absolutely beautiful day here in mid Wales. Tonight we're not actually sleeping in the van. So when we sort of thought about this doing this trip, we weren't sure what the the restrictions would be. We actually booked into a little Airbnb in a thing called a shepherd's hut, a little like off-grid.
Which is kind of like a van.
Yeah, a little off-grid van. That's not our van, someone else's van. Well, not quite a van, it's like a shack. The van and the bike's still here, which is good. All locked in. Looks good. Right, looking forward to some orange juice. Maybe a beer later on. Yeah, keyless entry. This is great. You want some water, Bailey? Yes, get your water bowl out. Good morning. Right, last night we stayed in this beautiful little shepherd's hut Airbnb, off-grid little cottage van thing. It's a bit like a van, but it's a bit bigger, and it's got like a shower and this stuff. Really nice, really cozy, really well insulated, like lovely thick double glazing, and incredible views out of here this morning. Just look at this. Really nice view to wake up to. Been having a relaxed morning this morning after making the most of the sunny day yesterday. Having a big day out on the hills. Just been having a chilled, relaxing day. Haven't we, Bailey? Having a chilled morning. Great to have this big field that Bailey can run around in. Even though he's so tired, he's not really going far. He's just been pottering about. Right, should we give you a little tour of the shepherd's hut? The rear porch that I've been using as a bike and boulder pad storage area. We have bottled gas that they use for cooking and showering, so it may be off-grid, but still uses gas. The composting toilet. Doesn't smell at all actually, it looks really well. Shower. A couple of solar panels, and some off-grid leisure battery 12-volt setup. Luckily they let us charge the van over there from the house. Inside the shepherd's hut. Nice big bed up there. And really nice porthole looking out. Everything's built out of like lovely oak wood, and then there's an inverter under there which powers the 240 volt sockets there and there. There we go, 200 watt max.
I managed to get the fire going and cooked some pancakes on the wood burner. So first ones, I think the fire was a little bit too hot and it all went slightly wrong. Still tasty, but it kind of turned into scrambled pancakes. But these ones,
Yeah,
pancakes.
They're great pancakes.
Lovely pancakes.
You enjoying Shepherd Hut living it, Bailey? You just disappeared into the feather duvet. Hello, yes I know. He just enjoys looking out the window. That's all the wildlife that goes past. Okay, so to answer the question, how much energy does having a bike on the roof of the van take? So far we have done 140.7 miles since leaving home, and we've averaged 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour. The weather has been pretty good and the speeds have not been too high, so I guess from my experience we might have averaged about 3.8, 3.9 if we hadn't had the bike on the roof. So I reckon we've used a little bit more, but 3.7 is still pretty respectable. As long as the speeds are not too high, I think at higher speeds the aerodynamic efficiency plays a greater role. So if we were driving, say, 60, 70 miles an hour on the motorway, having the bike on the roof would, I think, have more of an effect. But because we've been mostly on, A roads and quite a few single track roads as well, the average speed is probably only about like 40 miles an hour or something. We have actually done quite a lot of, elevation height gain. We've been up and over some quite big mountain passes, and but like I said before, I think the best option would be to have a roof tow bar mounted bike carrier. But roof mounted bike carriers, they work okay for short trips. I don't think I'm going to be driving to the south of France with the bike on the roof though. It's also a bit of worry. You have to always think like, bike on the roof whenever you go under any like low barriers or anything. That's why I made this rather homemade little sign there to remind me that we're now a 3 meter tall vehicle, because it would be very sad to damage my e-bike and probably the roof of the van if we did drive under a crash barrier. Anyway, right, we're going to go for a little bike ride today, I think. Cool, see you soon. Off she zooms on the e-bike. Right, time to follow in the van. Let's go. Just you and me, Betty. You had some rain. I can't see anybody. Just start making some lunch.
Yeah. Oh, superstar. It did get a bit chilly.
So we're here in Havering Forest car park, waiting for the rain to stop. That's where we met up after the bike ride, and we're cooking some lunch. Super tasty paprika eggs and beans on the induction hob.
That was one benefit of being slow, meant Dylan got a tasty lunch going while I was still riding.
Yeah, benefits of having a van. Bates had his lunch, snoozing. Good morning. It's our last morning in the off-grid Shepherd's Hut cabin this morning, and it's a beautiful day. So back into the van, loading up the van, ready to drive. Probably about 100 and something miles home.
Yeah, a couple of hours.
Couple of hours drive home, so not super far, but we will be charging en route. Rapid charging here at the only rapid charger in town. outside the Royal Oak. Not too bad, got here with 16% left. Beautiful, beautiful drive. Okay, on the road again, 15-minute rapid charge. Added from 15% to 65% in 15 minutes. Just driving away now. Happy days, nice quick rapid charge on the way home. Alright, here we are, back at home. So, didn't travel that far that trip, just 288 miles in total. But here we go, we can see the average efficiency was 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So, which isn't bad for, for this van, but I think given the relatively good weather we've had, it would probably been closer to 4 if we didn't have the bike on the roof. So I think it has made a little bit of an effect, but not terrible. It's a very unscientific test, but it goes to show it's possible to have the bike on the roof for short trips. It'll be interesting to do another test to see on a motorway trip to see at higher speeds if the bike has more of an effect, which I assume it will do.